Welcome to Life on Board Amy Jo. The last vlog I took you to work with me, and I hope you enjoyed seeing that. And since then, obviously we're still in lockdown. I'm still having to go to work through even more flooding than there was on the last video, to the point of I've had to take a detour now. At work we're having to get used to all the technology of getting children on Teams and being able to see each other rather than just hear each other, sort of with the virtual learning that all schools are doing at the moment.
Smudge.
But that's enough from me.
Yeah, and we haven't really been doing a lot this week, obviously, because lockdown. Like most boaters, we're still tied up in the marina, but we did have a little bit of snow the other day. And like everyone else, we've got a few clips of that you can see, and we've also got a bit where Ian on Morning Star and Gary, Captain Gary Phillips on Chuggerbug, took their boats across to the fueling arm, and it was a lovely day, so we thought, why not, we'll just get some video of them. So hope you enjoy this week's video. If you're sitting comfortably, then we'll begin, and if you enjoy the video, don't forget, please give us a thumbs up, because that really does make a difference, doesn't it?
And also your comments.
Yeah, we've had some beautiful comments, guys.
Yes.
And we really do enjoy reading them, and we do try to reply to them all. So, yeah, please keep your comments coming. It means a lot to us to know that you're out there. And so, sit back and enjoy this week's vlog.
Yeah, that whole sheet has moved with them.
Yeah.
Which is what happened to you.
Estra's going over to the pump out, and they're actually moving a whole sheet of ice, but can you see the two ducks? They're on the move and they're not even walking. Well, this morning, both Chuggerbug and Morning Star, Narrowboat tails, Captain Gary Phillips, have gone over on the fueling arm. They're dieseling up, and they're having a pump out as well. This is a regular thing for the narrowboaters. Gary has got a cassette, so he'll empty his in the Elson. But Ian is having to pump his out because he has a pump out like we do on Amy Jo. And you can just about make out Gary, if I zoom in. There's Gary. There is Ian. Doing what he does best, his vlog. Be up and down a little bit though. Nice to find another location.
cruise.
It's super, isn't it?
Yeah. Stopped at a lovely pub on the way, had breakfast.
They were nice people at the first lock, weren't they?
They were lovely people at the first lock.
I'm leaving plenty of slack in this, Ian.
Yeah, I would. Been quite badly actually.
It will. That's set to
That
worry.
is quite worrying.
It's down 2 inches on what it normally is.
Yeah.
You want to check the tension when you get a second, if you're happy with that.
Standing outside Gary's boat because he's got a little. I've just given him a mug, and rumour has it he's got some very nice soup he's made, and he's offered to give me a cup. Now I know how nice his soups look on these vlogs, so I couldn't pass up the chance of having one. Turned, mug in hand. Yeah. So remind me again, Gary. What is it? Broccoli.
Cauliflower, broccoli, Stilton, and onion soup.
That sounds really nice.
Taste it first.
Taste
Let me
it.
know. Go on.
Here we go. I'm going to give it a taste now.
Go
There
on.
it is.
Give it a go.
Oh man, that is really nice. Look at that. Oh dear. Thank you, Gary. Appreciate that, mate.
I'll go and do a delivery now to Ian.
Well, we had a bit of a panic with young Smudge this morning, which had us a little bit worried. He seems okay now, but when he got up this morning, he was flapping his ears very badly. And his left ear was low. It was hanging down almost like it had dropped off the side of his head. So we took him to the vet, and the vet's diagnosed ear infection. He's just disappeared now. The vet's diagnosed ear infection and he's given us some ear drops. But there you go. He's on the mends. He seems to be okay now. He's charging off into the boat, so he doesn't like being videoed.
Boy, Smudge. There's a good boy. He doesn't like that.
So following the trip to the vets, we got some ear drops, which Smudge will only let Chris administer. He wouldn't let me do it.
There we go. Now wait for the shake. Wait for the shake.
Later that afternoon, Chris just happened to look out the porthole and spotted this kingfisher sitting on one of the electric hookup points. He sat there for a full 5 minutes while I zoomed in and videoed him. Time now for our non-boating section, and last week we looked at the different types of solar panels. This week we're going to look at how those solar panels are implemented on a narrowboat in a standard layout. In a typical layout you can have one or more solar panel arrays set out in either series or parallel. These are then connected to a MPPT controller. An MPPT controller, or maximum power point tracker, is an electronic DC to DC converter that optimises the match between the solar array, the PV panels, and the battery bank or utility grid. To put it simply, they convert a higher voltage DC output from the solar panels down to the lower voltage needed to charge the batteries. A battery monitor shunt is normally installed on the negative cable going into the batteries. This is to allow a battery monitor to be connected so we can see what voltage and amperage is being put into the batteries. In order to power the shunt, a small positive electrical lead is connected to the circuitry of the shunt to energise it. From the shunt, a cable is then run to the battery monitor to supply the data coming in from the shunt to the display. There are several manufacturers that build and make MPPT controllers. Some have displays like this one, and others just a box with the connection. A typical MPP controller can be rated at the different values depending on the size of the solar array. The one that's shown has two numbers, 100, a line, and then 50. This denotes that this particular controller can handle 100 volts at 50 amps from the solar array. One of the hardest things about living on a narrowboat is trying to make the bed, and Smudge always insists on helping. And this is how he does it. He warms the blankets up for us. Now somehow we've got to get a bottom sheet on the bed and he won't move. He's there, settled for the night. So this should be fun.
Come on.
We can't even get the quilt out from under him.
Come on. Off you get. Off.
Go on then, off you get.
Look.
He's got a lovely warm fluffy bed. Brand new. He's laid in it for 10 minutes. He much prefers a double bed to himself. Well, after a bit of a tussle, trying to keep him off the bed, we managed to make the bed, albeit we got the quilt on and we got the pillars on. But Smudge being Smudge, yeah, you, I'm talking to you, are you going to sleep on our bed tonight? Are you? Are you going to sleep in our bed tonight, or are you going to sleep on the bed? I think you're going to sleep on the bed, aren't you? Hey? Look at that face. Hey? Look at that face. He knows he's got away with it. And he knows he's got the best spot in the bed, haven't you? Hey? There's something very wrong here. Guess I've got the dog's bed then. No, no, Smudge. Lay down, settle. Sleepy time. No night.